Selling your home's a big deal. It's always been a big deal. It's no more or less a big deal in Calgary today because the market is down. Oil prices are down. The oil and gas industry is in trouble. And our economy locally is feeling hard done by. And a lot of owners are feeling they're not doing so well either because their property is worth less than it was a year ago. It's less than it was 2 years ago. We're not in a seller's market. We're absolutely in a buyer's market. Buyers get to choose whether they want to buy a property or not. And when they're choosing, they get to shop around. They have the luxury of time, low interest rates, and lots of properties on the market. So how does that matter to you as a seller? Well, it matters in a number of ways. If your property doesn't show well, if your property hasn't been maintained well, and I'm not talking about if it isn't a cream puff. Most houses aren't cream puffs, but they show pride of ownership, they show good maintenance, and they show good housekeeping. So if you're out there looking at a house today, which houses are going to be more attractive to buyers? Yes, the old basics of location, 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 access to schools, shopping, a good view, minimal traffic noise, nice landscaping, all of those wonderful features matter. But a buyer might be looking at 10 houses very similar to yours that have all of those things. So how your home shows and how prepared it is for showing and selling matters. But what matters more is your mindset as a seller. Most people don't make an immediate decision to sell their home. If they get a job transfer to Toronto, well, that's an immediate choice. But otherwise, even if there's a major event in someone's life, like children going off onto their own, leaving the nest, or new children arriving, retirement, the death of a family member, lots of these big events don't immediately trigger selling a home and buying another. It's not like trading in the sports car for the station wagon when you have children. But it's an important process that we go through. Most people, our scientists tell us, spend between 9 and 21 months deciding to sell their home. If you're going to sell, you're probably going to have a similar time frame of making a decision to sell your home. While you're doing that, maybe it's a good idea to know what your home's worth. Not stirred by headlines, or shocked by headlines, but a rational approach. Maybe once a year, sit down with a professional. Pick me, sure, or pick someone else. But to sit down on a regular basis the way you would with your physician or your investment advisor. This is your most valuable personal investment. Maybe it's a good idea to see what it's worth and what it would sell for if you were selling it today. How does it compare in the marketplace? It's a good idea to know. There's comfort that comes in knowing. It's like not knowing how much money you have in the bank. You wouldn't let that happen. You'd want to know. So what's your house worth? In Calgary today, it's worth less than it was a year ago, than it was 2 years ago. It may, in fact, decline more based on the market. But a market is not made up by analysts or real estate agents. It's made up by the buying and selling decisions of customers who collectively have a pretty good sense of value. My name's Mark Kolke, and I'd be happy to help you with that analysis.